And in Guatemala, a former soldier has been sentenced to over 5,000 years in prison for his role in a massacre during the country's civil war. Santos Lopez was a member of a U.S.-trained counterinsurgency force. He was sentenced to 30 years for each of the 171 killings. He received an additional 30 years linked to the killing of a child.
They are looking for the remains of the first inhabitants of this community. They were wiped out by the army in February 1982.
The remains were left in this area, according to what the witnesses told us. Many of them put in a ditch, and later the ditch was buried under the school.
The few witnesses who survived say that after the massacre, the army threw grenades on them to try to burn the bodies. When that didn't work, they decided to build a primary school on top of the grave to hide the evidence.
In this case, they did everything possible to hide the evidence, to the point of leaving no one alive and no record of what was done. And then they built the school over the top. But in spite of all that, the evidence is here.
It's a delicate task for the forensic anthropologists. They have to remove the earth millimeter by millimeter to recover the fragments of bone.
We are only able to recover small fragments. We haven't found a single complete bone. They were burned, and later, when they built the school, we were told they drove heavy machinery over the grave.
It's complex, painstaking work, but some families from nearby communities have gone to the exhumation, hoping to find their relatives who were kidnapped by the army.
At last, we have the satisfaction of seeing some remains. We don't know if they belong to my dad or not, but at least it's something, and many families are in the same situation. They just don't know.
The forensic experts have until December to complete their work. They must finish before the new school year begins.